Ben de fazla rahatsız olmuş. Havayı da pek olmuş. Allah'a bakıyor. Ben yazan o gün ikinci havada yok.
And if the Tuesday flexion, nobody can get to use messenger. Messenger, what's the messenger or what's up?
What's that number? What number?
Happy note.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله. All praises belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him and seek His guidance and ask for His forgiveness. And we seek refuge with Allah from the evils of ourselves and evil of our action. Whomever Allah guides, there is none who can misguide him. And whomever Allah lets go astray, there is none who can guide him. And I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah alone, having no partner. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his last messenger. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. O mankind, fear Allah who created you. Have taqwa of Allah who created you from one soul and created from it its mate and dispersed many from both of them, many men and many women. And fear Allah through whom you ask one another, and the wombs, the relationship of the womb, brother, sister, uncle, cousins, all that is a relationship of the womb. Indeed, Allah is ever over you, an observer. Allah is watching everything. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimin. Oh, you have believed, fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not except in a state of Islam. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. Oh, believers, be mindful of Allah and say what is right. يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. He will bless your deeds for you and forgive your sins, and whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has truly achieved a great success. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His blessing and sakina on this day of blessed day of Jummah on all who have gathered in His house to worship Him. May Allah be in their favor, and Allah is, and we should also know that Allah is in our favor. Otherwise, there is no force or no power which could have brought us here in the masjid for a Jummah Salah and to listen to what the Khatib has to share of the reminder and show our obedience towards the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That there is no other power who could have done that. So we already know that Allah is on our side. We know that we are blessed. We know that we are chosen. Otherwise, we would have not been sitting here and listening to what we are listening of the reminder of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes we come to these Jummah gatherings or any other halaqah of masjid, but the stresses of this world don't leave us. they are with us. They are rotating. And you know, Shaitan, once he sees you doing something good, what does he do? He reminds you the things you first forgot, things you did not remember. And he causes you stress. And when you are sitting in the masjid and listening to a khutbah, you are involved in that stress. And what happens? When you walk out of the masjid, you didn't gain anything. You didn't gain anything of the knowledge. You didn't gain anything of the taqwa. You didn't gain anything of the iman. Because what did he do? He took you on a ride and brought your dunya in front of you. Oh, you have to take care of this. Oh, you have to pay those bills. Oh, you have to have that, whatever plans you have in life, right? All those things come to your mind at the time when we are doing so. Today, my khutbah is about how easily we forget and why these 5 salah have been given to us. What is this going to give me? What does this salah do for me? Inshallah, that's what we're going to reflect for the next few minutes, and I hope that I can benefit from the reminders to myself, and I hope that whoever is listening can have some benefit in their life of these reminders as well. So forget about your dunya for next 15 minutes. Forget what is going on outside, what you're going to do after the salah, what are the things going on. Just forget about that, and let's involve ourselves, or let's indulge ourselves in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. I read ayah number 44 of Surah Al-An'am. Translation is, but when they forgot the warning they had received, we opened to them the gates of all good things, until in the midst of their enjoyment, on a sudden we called them to account, when lo, they were plunged in despair. What is Allah saying? When we forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to an extent that returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is difficult. Right now, we are not in that condition. We are sitting in the masjid. We are coming for the Jummah Salah. So we are not. So you can tell yourself that, okay, I'm not one of those. But Allah is talking about people who have forgotten to come to the masjid. And there are thousands and millions out there who have names like Ahmad, Muhammad, Abdullah, Sultan, all the Muslim names, right? But what is going on? They are not coming to the masjid. This is who Allah is talking about. He says, when they forget, what happens? Allah opens the door of good things of dunya. Now, because the hope is lost, now let them enjoy this. Let them completely indulge in this. And then I will grip them on the day of Akhirah. And when they are having good things going on in their life, and suddenly a test comes, or some pakar comes within the dunya, they become mublisun. That is a word Allah has used in the Quran, mublisun. Now let's reflect on this word. What is mublisun? Mublisun is the one who is hopeless, who has lost all hope. Sometimes people have medical conditions and doctors come and say, you have 2 months or you have 6 months. And then they take this hope of life away from us in our mind. And then we say, oh, there is no hope. I went to the top doctors, I went to the other doctors, and I have lost hope. This is the condition of mublisun. And Muslim is a person, Muslim is a name of people who are never mublisun. No matter which authority of the world doctor gave you this prescription that you will not last more than 6 months. And that might be true too. But what happens? We don't lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only Allah knows how long I'm going to live. Only Allah knows when I'm going to die. If those are the beliefs and the yaqeen and the iman in our hearts, then nothing of this world, no condition of this world can make us mublisun. Interesting thing is, when Adam alayhi salam got into the trap of shaitan, Adam said, eat from this tree, you would become immortal. You would live forever. So eat from this tree. So, and you're going to get a lot of knowledge. You're going to become very knowledgeable. So somehow Adam alayhi salam fell into the trap of shaitan. And what did he do? He ate from the tree for which Allah had told him, don't even go close to that. Don't go close to that. He not only went close to it, he broke the fruit of it and ate it. Long story short, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came, and Allah knew everything, and Allah said, oh Adam, I told you not to eat from that tree. And Adam alayhi salam immediately fell into a condition of forgiveness. He said, Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Oh my Rabb, I have done zulm. I have made a mistake to myself, anfusina. Wa illam taghfir lana, if you do not forgive me, warhamna, and you did not put your mercy on me, and you did not forgive me, لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ, I will be one from the losers. If your mercy didn't come, if your forgiveness didn't come, I will become one of the losers. I would lose everything one can ever think of. This is the condition of Adam alayhi salam. And when the turn for the shaitan came, Allah said, why did you do this? When I asked you to do sajda, and I asked all the angels to do sajda, when I put my ruh in Adam alayhi salam, why didn't you go prostrate? He said, you have made him from the clay, earth clay, and you have made me from nar. I am a much superior being. How can I do this sajda? So Allah said, you are doing takabbur, you are doing kibr, you are showing arrogance, and get out of here. And since that day, his name became Iblis, the one who lost hope. I just read the word mublisun in the ayah, and the Iblis is coming from the same place. It is coming from the same place. So these Quranic words have such a balagha. What does balagha? Balagha means they have so much variable in their meanings. Then on one side you could be using that same word for something positive, and on the other side you could be using that word for something negative. Right now, the example I've given you in both, it is negative. Mublisun, losing hope, is not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from us. So there we see that there were two different approaches. One approach was, after you make a mistake, why are these stories in the Quran? Allah knows that we're going to make mistakes, that we are weak. Our father made mistake, Adam alayhi salam. So we are going to make mistake. That is a guaranteed thing. That is a certain thing. Now, where would the difference come after making the mistake? The one who realizes that I made a mistake and knows that I can return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, and He forgives whatever you have. You have a mountain size of sins. What can He do? His rahmah is such that it can cover everything. It can cover everything. So this is the power of hope. We have to have hope. When we get involved, when hopelessness comes, what does it bring? Hopelessness brings sorrow, grief, pain. These are the gifts of losing hope. And what does hope give us? Happiness. It gives us joy. You know what? This time is going to pass. I am in this time, it's going to pass. I'm a new immigrant in a country. I'm struggling. I don't have all the qualification, or I don't have all the documents. This time will pass. Every time passes. Good time passes, and the bad time also passes. In another place in the Quran, in Surah Shura, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَمَّا تَرَى الْجَمْعَانِ قَالَ أَصْحَابُ مُوسَى إِنَّا لَمُدْرِكُونَ قَالَ كَلَّا إِنَّ مَعِيَ رَبِّي سَيَهْدِينِ. And when the two companies saw one another, so what was happening? Musa alayhi salam took his people out of the Egypt, and he was traveling toward the south. And at the river junction, they had no other way to escape. In front of them was this sea or river, whatever you want to call it, and behind them were the forces of Pharaoh, which Allah had already said in the Quran, they will chase you. They will chase you. So when Musa alayhi salam's people saw that Pharaoh's army is upon them and there is no way to escape, they said, indeed we are in trouble. Lamudrikun. We cannot have idrak, we cannot think about this. We are in trouble. What did Musa alayhi salam say? Now he is a Nabi. What do Nabi have which is their highest quality? Once they have a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's firm. They know every situation can change with the wink of an eye. That was his hope. So he said, Musa alayhi salam, Kalla, absolutely not. Inna ma'i Rabbi sayahdin. My Rabb is with me and he will guide me. What does sayahdin mean here? He will find a way for me. He will find a way out of this solution and it's this problem. Now they look back, there's a big army of Pharaoh. On the front, there is and what is it Musa alayhi salam said? He is going to save me. فأوحينا إلى موسى أن اضرب بعصاك البحر فانفلق فكان كل فرق كالطود العظيم. Then we inspired to Musa, strike your stick onto the water, and we found a way out for him. Inshallah, these are the different stories of the Quran which give us the hope that Musa alayhi salam showed hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what did Allah say? His stick could open the sea. And this is the case of Ibrahim alayhi salam. If he didn't have hope, he would have been burned. Yaqub alayhi salam, if he didn't have hope, he wouldn't have found Yusuf alayhi salam back, and he would have lost his eyesight. All these stories are given in the Quran for us to take guidance from and improve our life. Time is always against us, so all the reminders cannot be done in these 15-20 minutes. It is best that if we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we pick up the book and we read these stories and take lessons for us. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Let's make istighfar, inshallah. Bismillah walhamdulillah. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Like I said, hope is a property of a Muslim. Is a property of a Muslim. If you lose hope, then you should be thinking that I lost my property. You know, sometimes you lose some good item of your life. You lose your computer, you lose your cell phone, that's your property, and you lose it. Similarly, hope is our property. If we lose hope, then iman is weak. If we lose hope, tawakkul is non-existent. If we lose hope, we cannot reach the level of ihsan. If we lose hope, taqwa is an impossibility. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so many of these stories. These stories have meanings in them. These stories tell us that, oh, Ayyub alayhi salam lost everything. He lost his kids. He lost his health. He was about to completely be decimated. But what? That was not the will of Allah. It was a test of Allah. Everything which comes in our life is a test of Allah. And the final thing is the maut. When Allah has to give maut, He gives maut. But whatever in between the life and the maut is, that is a test. That is a test. And as soon we understand this, we can improve our life. We can not only uh, follow the commands of Allah in a better way, but we can really improve our life and improve the life of our families, of our neighbors, of our kids. We become empowered, and the Ambiyas used to have a very pleasant personalities. They used to gather these people around them like nobody's business. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always had a smile. That's why he called a smile a sadaqah. When you smile, sometimes we see people come to the masjid, hardly anybody greets anybody or gives them a smile. What do you have to spend to give a smile? You don't have to spend anything. Give a smile. It's for free. That Allah likes this. That's why His Nabi used to do that. People talk about all kinds of sunnahs, but the sunnahs which can change our life, the communal life, the community life, we don't unfortunately talk. We pick and choose the sunnahs we want to talk about. We leave the other sunnahs on the side because they are difficult or we are not used to it. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين اللهم اصلح حال المسلمين اللهم اصلح حال المسلمين اللهم اصلح حال المسلمين ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إثما كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم واستغفروه يغفر لكم واتقوا يجعل لكم من امركم مخرجا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر ان الانسان لفي خسر الا الذين امنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر اقيموا الصلاه.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر.
الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Very quickly, may Allah Ta'ala reward our Imam. Not only he has a practice which is something is very unique, that he comes before all of us, or many of us. And that's a unique thing because that prompted us to come already with him, or match him at least. And that's a good idea because, we have said it before that how important for us to attend our Jummah, the earliest then Imam. So mashallah, he kept that. And he also said something which I kind of way he's right. Not many people have said that. And I have so many things to say about that, but I want to say that he brought it up. That itself is a very grateful for him to brought that thing. That when we smile, it's a charity also. When we smile in our masajid, we greet each other, even though we may not know the name, but we find the name. How are you, brother? That kind of thing. We get the happy and other things from them. So Jazakallah for that, for all of you listening. And inshallah, I'll see you again when Allah Ta'ala make it easy. And our Imam again, inshallah. Allah. Jazakallah to wrap it up, inshallah, for us. May Allah Ta'ala reward you for that. Inshallah.